Welcome to this past paper question on Anglo Saxons. This time we're going to describe one feature of the powers of Saxon earls. So with all described feature questions, what we do is we give a feature related to the question, and then we just add a supporting fact or statement about it to give extra detail. So before you have a go at the question, let's revise what the powers of Saxon earls actually were, and we can see what we put into the question. So we know they had important financial roles. First of all, let's go with this one. We know they collected taxes for their earldom, and we know that they received quite a large share. A third of it went to them, but they were obviously expected to use that money to add to the defence and the security of their earldom. We also know they had important roles in justice. So we know that they were in charge of judging most types of crimes, and they were expected to administer the king's laws through the use of courts and punishments. We also know they had a military power, and we know that they had lots of fighting things working for them. They know that there were housecarls. They had a special bodyguard called housecarls, and we know that in times of war against the king's enemies, they would often fight as the generals, the leaders of those thanes and housecarls. So there's quite a lot we could choose to do. We only have to pick one of them to do. So to get the 2 marks, remember you need to give a feature about the question, then add a supporting statement. So it's 2 good sentences. Please now pause the video and have a go at writing it in about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so I've decided to do my example on financial rules, but I've also done a second one as well. So let's see if it compares to your one if you chose this one. I said one feature of the powers of Saxon earls was that they played an important part, or role, in the collection of taxes and revenues. So there's my feature, they had an important part. Then I say they were responsible for collating these taxes, of which they could keep a third to improve and defend their earldom. So I've given a nice suitable fact. I've got a statistic in there that they can have a third. That's a pretty good 2-mark answer. I've also had a go at the military one as well. I said one feature of the powers of Saxon earls is they played an important military role in the defence of the kingdom. They often gathered and following of thanes and housecarls to take to the king's aid against his enemies. They often acted as generals in any conflict against these enemies. So I actually did 2 sentences for the evidence there. But either way, I've given some good evidence, and I've secured the 2 marks that I needed on that paper. Right. If there's nothing else, I think that's the end of that, and hopefully your answers were good too, and you've given yourselves a thumbs up for that, and thank you very much.